I don't know about you, but I'm really starting to feel like the Destiny 2 community could use a dub right now. Things over the past few weeks, I guess, have been kinda discouraging. Not to be a Debbie Downer or anything, maybe it just seems this way because we're in that post-Lightfall content lull. But a lot's been going on in D2 lately that's been making me scratch my head. If you've been out touching grass, I'll fill you in on everything that's been going on. Hopefully things improve, because again, goddamn do I feel like we need a win right now. But on a quick serious note, did you know that one man every hour, every day is diagnosed with testicular cancer? It's the most common form of cancer in men from ages 15 to 35. And I know, every time I usually do an ad with my good friends over at Manscaped, I'm usually joking about balls, but why don't we talk about the importance of checking in with your balls? You know, in between the ball jokes. Manscaped has partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society yet again to help you take care down there. So many men out there, including me, use Manscaped products to keep a clean shop downtown. But while we're down there, the Testicular Cancer Society wants to remind you to check yourself for testicular cancer with easy once-a-month routine at-home self-health checks. To help remind all the bros out there to check yourselves for testicular cancer, you can get the special TCS Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer for a limited time. There's only 10,000 of these bad boys being made, so make sure to get yours while supplies last. Manscaped takes shaving and saving balls very seriously. They are donating $25,000 to their longtime partner, the Testicular Cancer Society, to help those impacted by testicular cancer. Respect. To either purchase the special edition TCS Lawnmower 4.0 to support the cause, or for more info on how you can perform simple routine self-checks at home, visit manscaped.com/TCS or donate at testicularcancersociety.org. This month, you can use my code TCS Fallout for 20% off and free shipping. Again, use code TCS Fallout at manscaped.com/TCS. All right, we back. Here's the latest D2 shenanigans. Last week, Bungie put out their mid-season patch, which for the most part, we the community were pretty hyped about, mainly because the patch was intended to deliver a lot of key weapon buffs that most people were looking forward to. The Revision 0, also known as the tank top rifle, was getting the buff in PvE. Auto rifles, pulse rifles, hand cannons, sidearms, and scout rifles were all getting a damage buff in PvE. Rapid fire frame snipers were getting a big recoil reduction and more. Good times all around. But when the patch dropped, a lot of people noticed pretty quickly that things were off. Like, really off. Forbes writer and occasional Elon Musk antagonist Paul Tassi put together a big list of everything going wrong, mentioning that they could either be bugs or the rarely seen but often feared stealth nerfs. That article and tweet caught fire pretty quickly, and Bungie jumped in that same day on Twitter to confirm that they were in fact intended nerfs, which just accidentally got left out of the patch notes. Bruh. Look, I'll go ahead and give the benefit of the doubt here, but either way, not exactly a good look. Either it's a little white lie, hoping we wouldn't notice all of these things were different, which I doubt, or it's the truth and you just forgot to mention all of this? But I digress. Anyway, the list of extra nerfs are not great. They include a bunch of stuff that players were very much enjoying as part of their in-game builds. For example, Ashes to Assets and Hands-On no longer giving super energy from both mods if you have them both equipped at the same time, nerfing the orb generation potential of the Strand Grapple melee when built with both the firepower and heavy-handed mods, having Grenade Kickstart no longer activate when grappling to a grapple point, reducing super gains from Ashes to Assets when getting a grapple melee kill after grappling to a grapple point, and nerfing the Neomuna chest farm, including which chest gave crafted weapon progress repeatedly, just to name a few things. Most people have been taking these changes not well, aside from them being left out of the official patch notes. Just kind of seems like a lot of fun PvE builds that weren't really hurting anybody getting watered down. Now, PvP shenanigans, I would understand. You don't want the meta turning into a big smoking ball of crap. But PvE? I mean, who's going to complain about the grapple melee build thing? A dreg? And like I said, in addition to these unmentioned nerfs, there's still a couple things out there that just aren't working properly in D2. You can straight up earn Guardian Games medal triumphs when the event hasn't gone live yet. Some players are getting extreme audio issues. Some raid banners aren't working, Radiant weapons are not stunning barrier champions, King's Fall will crash or disconnect players, lost gilded title progress, and more. On top of that, not sure if you've noticed, but the servers feel like they're completely held together with duct tape lately. There have been several days recently where the servers have just completely tapped out like a 90-pound kid in the octagon. And then we, the players, wait until things are kinda stabilized, and then we log back on, only to get kicked off again. This hasn't been happening round the clock or anything, but definitely way too many times for comfort. And if you've ever been kicked out of an activity in D2 and wondered, hey, are the servers dying, or is my connection just kinda effed up right now? now. A quick trip to Twitter will probably clear that up immediately. And it can just be really frustrating, the whole experience of getting kicked off repeatedly. When the servers last died, I was actually in the middle of helping somebody go flawless in Trials on Twitch. And after we were able to log back in and continue trying to help the guy out, the servers choked again. Now, I don't expect any game servers to be 100% perfect, but it's been happening a lot over the past few weeks, way more frequently than usual. And same thing goes for maintenance times, by the way. 1 hour of maintenance turns into 4 or longer somehow, and it's happened more than once, which is weird. I think during the week of April 10th, there were minor to major server issues kicking people almost every day. I know that every year somebody tweets out something along the lines of this right here, but it's never felt super real to me until now, if you can believe it. Bungie has repeatedly mentioned that the final shape will be the conclusion of the Light and Darkness saga, but not necessarily the end of the Destiny franchise as a whole, leading a lot of people to believe that Destiny will be continued in some way, shape, or form beyond the final shape, which I think is awesome. But goddamn, if that's gonna happen, I feel like we're gonna need way better servers and not so many problems each time a new patch drops. Oh, and also cheating is back now, apparently. Not like it ever 100% left, but IMO, we were enjoying a nice little era of peace and quiet after the initial implementation of BattleEye. But lately there's been a noticeable rise in cheaters in PvP game types like Comp and Trials. And I'm not talking about players who have a 100% accuracy rating over multiple games with a sniper or something subtle like that. I'm talking about blatant flying across the map at the speed of sound and ready to dick you down level cheating. Some good news there though. Been seeing a lot of mentions from homies that people they've reported are occasionally getting banned, which is good. Really hoping that situation kinda takes care of itself in time. I don't know. Between all these problems and the recent situation of NDA breaking and leaking, which I really don't want to get into by the way, community morale feels low right now. And it really doesn't help when the community finds fun little glitches like getting infinite legendary shards really easily, and then Bungie just patches that shit in record time. Meanwhile, there's a glitch that lets you quit out of comp games without getting a quitter penalty or losing comp rank at all. And yeah, I know, one problem is probably way easier to fix than the other, but goddamn, was the shard farm really hurting anyone? And last but not least, Trials matchmaking has been temporarily changed, and I don't think I've spoken to one person yet who actually enjoys the changes. Unfortunately, I can't weigh in on those changes myself because I was out all weekend. And it doesn't really help that the only other connection-based PvP playlist we have apparently goes away when Trials comes out. Here's hoping that in the near future we get some much-needed Ws, either personal victories from the community or some top-shelf announcements from Bungo, because I feel like lately we freaking need it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and appreciate those who do. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on stream.